music, the heritage part comes from my father's side of the family. There are a lot of musicians on my father's side. There was some famous musicians, singers, and my dad accidentally, I'm sure he wasn't thinking of that, kind of started my love of music. My dad always had this big record player in the living room, which we were not supposed to touch. And he would play records on there, which made me fall in love with just the records and seeing them spin. And, you know, I wasn't thinking about that. I just know, like, wow, this is cool, and I love the music. He'd always play jazz. And then he would leave. He traveled a lot when we were kids, and he would leave, and I would just longingly look at this turntable.
Like, you weren't allowed to touch.
Yes, like I wish I could touch it, you know. And then as soon as he'd come back, like I was just anticipating when he was gonna put a record on so I could hear it. So music was always a part of that, and stereo systems. My dad was always into stereos, and I always laugh that in the States, my dad was probably the accidental inventor of the surround sound system, because he was always getting speakers and trying to put speakers around the house just to create a surround effect.
He was obsessed with sound
and music. He was obsessed with sound.
Perfect.
You know, he's like, I just want a better sound. So yeah, so music was always a part, and as I got older, I was always singing. When I was young, I was in school choir. I was just always singing and always just listening to music. I don't remember a time where I was just not listening to music, you know. It was always there.
Being Ugandan, of course, there must be a particular style of music from Uganda that you must have been brought up with as well, right? Does that?
Yeah,
so does
I mean, I listen to a lot of Congolese music.
Okay.
It's like a guitar, I don't know. It has a lot of influences of like, kind of like a merengue music. It kind of has that feel to it. We used to call it, when we were kids, I mean, we hated it. We hated it. We just wanted to hear. We wanted to hear like the cool disco stuff. We didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I mean, now I love it. But when you're a kid, whatever your parents want you to hear, you don't want that. Yeah. So yeah, listen to a lot of that. And then, you know, they have more traditional, even more traditional folk music that, of course, we didn't want to hear that either. And yeah, so I did listen to a lot of music. And we didn't have, you know, we didn't have a record collection. A lot of the music that I heard when I was a kid, if it wasn't my dad's, we did get a radio station from England, as a matter of fact.
Right.
And that's where we would listen to the latest disco, you know. I was a disco kid. I always, when I heard disco, I was like, yes. That's exactly, it has everything I want in it. It has a beat to it. It has, you know, strings. It has everything I want. That's it. That's the music. So that's what we listened to. Whatever they played on that radio, that was our lifeline out.